Hey guys, I come to you today from my dungeon and horrible hair. But that's not what this video is about. Let me tell you what this video is about. This video is about inspiration. Inspiration for any musician, not just guitarists. You know, if you play bass, violin, banjo, anything. I wanted to talk about a few things to help inspire yourself. This has been a topic on a few forums I frequent, so I thought I would make this video to help a couple of them out. Because I'm noticing a lot of people in recent threads that have been talking about their loss of inspiration, just the lack of motivation to play guitar. And some of this is just, you know, losing the interest. And there's a little bit that can be done for that. But I'm just going to start talking, and whatever comes out of my mouth comes out, because I'm winging it right now. Actually, Rob Chapman makes an excellent video on inspiration, and if you haven't watched it, you need to go check him out. And if you've never heard of Rob Chapman, Rob, that's funny. If you've never heard of Rob Chapman, you need to go check him out. He's an excellent musician, just an all-around nice guy. So, a quick plug for him. So, there's a few things that I do to inspire myself. First of all is just forcing myself to pick up a guitar. I'll pick up my guitar. In this case, I'll pick up my Ibanez, and I'll sit down and I'll play. And then what I want to accomplish by that is, the worst thing for me about when you start playing guitar, like not like when you start out from beginning, but like in the beginning of the day when you want to play a guitar, is warming up your fingers. You're like, I'm gonna warm up my fingers before I can play good. And some people actually lose their motivation just before they've even warmed up, because they're like, I'm not playing good today, so I'm gonna put my guitar down. I've seen this before. I've had it happen to me. So the first thing I do is I force myself to pick up a guitar. That's the first step. If you can do that, then, well, you're on the right track. If you can stick with it, you're on a better track. The second thing I tell people is, a lot of them feed off their own, you know, a lot of people will just start playing. They'll just start playing, improvising, noodling, whatever you want to call it, on their guitar. And that's enough inspiration for a lot of people in themselves. And on certain days, it works for me. Especially when I'm playing really good, or I came up with an awesome little riff that I like, I'll just keep playing that for, you know, as long as I feel like, until, you know, I can play it perfectly and it just sounds good. But for some people, what I actually suggest is find your favorite bands or your favorite guitarists and listen to their music, watch their live music videos. Like for me, I'm a big Ace Frehley fan, I'm a big Rivers Cuomo fan, people like that. And I go and I watch their live stuff, and I'm like, that's awesome, I want to be just like them. Of course you do. You got the money, you know, you're doing what you love. What's more perfect than that? So I'll look at like a video of Ace Frehley doing his solo from Shock Me, and it inspires me because I'm like, wow, that's awesome. You know, I wish I could do that. So I pick up my guitar and I'll try and learn that solo. And this is one thing you got to be careful of too. Don't pick something outside of your realm. You want to play something that you can play. I know a lot of people say you can play anything, but if you are like a beginner and you're trying to learn how to play, you know, something by John Petrucci, you're gonna have some problems. It's gonna take a long time. And you know, the first thing you got to work on if you're a beginner is making your fingers limber, finger strength. Those are things you're gonna have to work on. And a lot of people that's the one big thing too for beginners. Don't ever give up, because trust me, it's hard for all of us. It doesn't matter, you know. Even with me, I've been playing for 7 years now. I am still nowhere near as good a guitarist as I'd like to be, and that's the way I hope to be for the rest of my career. Because this is, you know, this is a career for me. It's turning from a hobby into a career, and that's an awesome feeling. That's also motivation. So, you know, that's something I want to tell the beginners is you're gonna struggle. It's not gonna be easy, and if it was, everyone would do it. But that's where you're different, because you chose to play a guitar, which means you should play it. And don't play a guitar because you want to pick up chicks. Make yourself sound like such an idiot doing that. So, yeah, there you go. That's a little tip for the beginners. But like I was saying, so I pick a song by one of my favorite guitarists, like I'll pick Shock Me by Ace Frehley. And this was a lifesaver for me, because for a little while I was losing inspiration. Like for months, I wasn't picking up the guitar every day like I used to, and I was like, no, I'm kind of getting bored with it. And so I just, you know, lost all my finger strength. And then when it came back to wanting to play guitar, it was that much harder because I had to get my finger strength back, and that's, you don't ever want to start from that point again. You always want to kind of be consistent with your playing, keep your finger strength up. So that was a big thing for me. But I sat down and I started learning the song "Shock Me" by Kiss. I say Ace Frehley because he wrote it. It's a whole different story. So I started learning that song, and I was like, at first I was kind of like, oh, this is it's kind of hard because I haven't played guitar in a while. So I'm like, these my fingers aren't working. So I was like, this is kind of sucks. But then as soon as I actually started playing it, I started getting really focused. I started actually really getting into it again, and I started really enjoying myself, which I hadn't felt in months playing guitar. I wasn't enjoying playing guitar at all, and it was a horrible feeling because this is what I want to do. I mean, my father's a guitarist, and there's a certain sense of pride in knowing that I can continue that tradition in our family. My family's full of a lot of musicians, so I figured I would follow them. So I did, and that's a cool inspiration too, is knowing if your father plays an instrument or anyone in your family. It's cool to talk to them because they've been through the same things you've been through. So that's what I did. I started playing that song, and before I knew it, you didn't know it. Before I knew it, I had pretty much learned the whole entire song, solo and everything. And I just kept playing that. It was like, wow, this is awesome. Because before that, I hadn't played much lead stuff. I was always kind of a rhythm player because I didn't think I could play lead. And that's the worst thing to say to yourself. Don't ever say you can't do something on a guitar. Don't say you can't ever do anything in anything. You can be anything you want. You can be a lead guitarist or rhythm guitarist. Make your choice. You can be both. I choose to be both. You gotta have rhythm for lead, So, that was a big thing, is learning how to play lead and whatnot. I was learning all these riffs, and I'm completely self-taught. So for me, that's a big thing because, it's been a long journey from just becoming, a rhythm guitarist playing power chords to actually knowing a few scales, which is nice. So that was a big inspiration as well, and that's something I hope you all can share, because once I got to that point now, which is about, 4 months ago, when I started picking this back up, since then it's been consistent with me playing guitar. I'll pick up my guitar every day and I'll play for an hour. And then I will set it down for a half an hour and I'll go, damn, I really want to play guitar. Or I'll watch videos on YouTube. Like I watch Rob Chapman, Phil X, David Michaud. What's the other one? Even Mystery Guitar Man. I know we all like him. But so that's a good inspiration as well, and for me it helps me pick up the guitar because I'll see videos like that. I'm like, wow, that's an awesome song, or I like the way he's playing. I like that one riff he's playing, so I'm going to pick up my guitar and I'm going to try and play that. So that's another way I kind of force myself to pick up guitar because it inspires me. But let's see, what else can I talk about when it comes to inspiration? I feel like I'm going to leave something out. I know I'm going to leave something out. I always do in these videos because I don't script anything. I don't even write down a list. My desk is just covered in junk. There's my inspiration. Whatever. I guess one other thing I can talk about, and Rob Chapman said this before, is if your guitar appeals to you, like if you love the look of your guitar, you're going to pick it up. I know a lot of you don't just ignore this right here. That's not my inspiration. That's just an inside joke. But, I look at this guitar and I'm like, I see that all the wear on it. This is natural wear. This isn't worn in. I haven't, relicked this thing. And this for me is an inspiration because I look at this and I say, wow, I'm playing a guitar so much that I'm wearing it out and it's starting to develop my personality. That's awesome. To the point on the back, everything. The neck, the finish on the neck starting to wear off on a polyurethane neck. Imagine that. So, that's all cool to me. That's all inspiration. But even when I look at this guitar, my new Epiphone Explorer, I see this and I'm like, damn, that's awesome. I want to pick that up and play it. And this is something Rob Chapman's talked about. He's like, if your guitar appeals to you, you're probably going to play it. Excuse me while I put this guitar down really softly. That's the worst thing, is I hate having a new guitar because I don't want to scratch it, and I know I'm gonna. So he talks about that in his buying a new your first guitar videos. You want to buy something that when you look at it, you're like, wow, that's awesome, and you want to pick it up. And that's how I feel about both my guitars. And that's, you know, some people tell you, well, pick a guitar by not only by how it looks, but by how it feels. And that's true. Don't pick a guitar solely for looks, and don't pick it for just how it feels. If you pick a guitar for just how it feels, yeah, it's gonna play good, but you know, like I would not like to pick up a Dean Razorback and play it. I don't know, those guitars don't appeal to me, and whatever. But hey, if it's your thing, that's exactly the point. It's supposed to be for you. It's an art. It's completely subjective. What you like is up to you, even when it comes to the music you play. Because chances are, if you like what you're playing, somebody else out there will like it too. That's one thing you gotta think about. So, man, didn't think this video, we've already had 10 minutes and 50 seconds. I think I'm gonna stop it here. So, thanks for watching. I hope it didn't bore you guys too much. And I hope after this you go and pick up and play your guitar. As a matter of fact, go and pick up and play your damn guitar. I'm warning you. So, alright. That feels good. I think I'm going to play some guitar now. I think you guys have inspired me. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.